Today's still May 27th, 2024. You know, since I got done with that last video, I went in Walmart 62. There's men in there making fun of me for being raped. He told people he knew she was being raped, and he didn't care. Is that what's going on? We're laughing. Like, it's funny women being raped. I want you to think how sick these people are. Women being human trafficked under drugs. That is funny. For any reason. See, that's where, I know my car is bugged. So I gave the statement when I got out of the car how I got sick and then got well. It's really not funny that that minister made up that shitty lie to cover up his son's adultery. What's really not funny is the Vegas wanting attention out of it. I went out to eat with this one guy. His son was a toddler and he lived on a farm. And they weren't keeping a close eye on him. And there was a lake across the field, a small pond. And the poor little baby got in it and drowned. He said, I can't imagine using my son's dead name to hurt anybody. So he said, I find it disgusting. Those people using their son's dead name to harm anybody. He said, and I can't imagine. He said, I find it disgusting that anybody would do that. He said, especially when I think of my little son dying and then using his memory to harm somebody, how disgusting it is what they're doing. That's what you ought to be thinking of, the Vegas, how disgusting they are. Had nothing to do with their tragedy. Because if you even listen what happened to me with being sick, it had nothing to do with them. Not a damn thing. Like they said, they made up a reason to kill her. And them using their family's tragedy to manipulate people is sick and disgusting. I had endometriosis, fluid-filled cysts growing inside me and bursting. Okay. One day I was fine, and all of a sudden I doubled over screaming. They rushed me to the hospital. They did an emergency appendectomy. Said it didn't look bad, but the way she's screaming, I took it out for safety. Well, a couple months later, because it wasn't my appendix. It was the endometriosis. I had cysts bursting inside me. Have you ever been checked for cysts? I was full of them. Tried burning treatments. Medication caused kidney stones. Getting knocked out, stents put in and out of my kidney. They tried all kinds of treatments trying to get rid of it. And it was bursting so bad in my stomach, they had to go around my belly button several times. I got a thick scar in my belly button. One time I was bleeding so bad from them bursting, they said if I wouldn't have been in the hospital, I would have bled to death. It got so bad, my uterus flipped over. I had to have a lower hysterectomy. A couple months later, I'm screaming again. And I actually have a cyst as big as a golf ball. They said that one burst, you're dead. We'll have to even be careful taking it out. Cut me to side, took my ovaries out. A couple months later, from all those treatments, my gallbladder had shut down. They took my gallbladder. Then I had scar tissue form in my stomach in a ball. They went through my stomach and took it out. I finally get better. And one day I start bleeding. Like I'm having a heavy period. And I go in and I have nothing to bleed from. And they check, and one of the kidney stones had kinked my kidney too. They had to cut me 4 inches on my back, take out the damaged part, and repair it. That's when my muscles locked up. All the tendons and muscles over a 2.5 year period, they didn't have time for the nerve ends to heal, and they clenched. I was 105 pounds of pain and agony. Went to a bunch of crackpots. And they falsely diagnosed me. Started me on medication, my feet started swelling. I'm like, is it medication? No, you have an underlying condition. No, I didn't. We're going to give you this other medicine. My legs are swelling more. I gained 150 pounds in about a year. And my legs are so big and so swollen that my knees are popping out place. I'm going to orthopedic doctors, pulling turkey-based syringes of fluid out. Gave me canes and braces just to stabilize myself. My feet are 7.5 shoe. I was at 8.5, 9 wide. They were that thick, and I'm falling. Okay. My adrenal gland shuts down my thyroid. Okay. My brain starts swelling. I'm starting to have mini heart attacks, ending up in the cardiac ward. My valves in my heart are still enlarged. I'm on calcium blockers, nitro pills. My brain's swelling to the point I can't hardly see at times. Okay. They tell me I have level 2 brain tumors. I need my pituitary gland out. I'll lose a lot of my memory and all this other stuff. I go to my regular doctor. By then, I'm 250 to 275 pounds. That's why I got 3 arms. I got scars all over me. Okay? I ask them what they think. They're like, whoa, we need to have a long talk what these doctors are doing. The only thing's wrong with you is your muscles locked up from all those surgeries. You got what we call the golden ticket insurance company. Those doctors are known for falsely diagnosing, lying, making people sick. So they have to keep coming back and they get the office visit. Then they're getting kickbacks from the drug companies for $200 to $1,000 per false prescription they're giving you. And then they're sharing you with their associates and friends, and they're doing the same thing. Now they want to do unnecessary procedures. They're known for doing this. Turn them into the state so they pull their license, get an attorney and sue them. You get off that medication, you'll be fine. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a medicine making you sick. Okay? I went to Dr. Eli. He said the same thing. I got to get you out enough pain to move those locked muscles. As you move the locked muscles, blood flow will get pushed back into them and they'll relax. And as they relax, we can start building new muscle tissue. And then you'll be fine. It's a medicine making you sick. Put me on fentanyl patches. They don't get fentanyl to fake it. Muscle relaxers. I got to get you out enough pain to move. First month, I lost 30 pounds. Second month, I tried to pull myself around stores and malls. And I got so much pain. I ended up in the emergency room. Dr. Eli's like, just make her comfortable. She's got to move. By the end of the second month, all the brain swelling was gone. My heart was back in rhythm. The valves are still enlarged. Okay? Thyroid, adrenal gland that was all chemically shut down was all working again. Okay? I had so much swelling on my body. This one doctor said, it's almost like you need dialysis. And you're still urinating. You've got that much swelling on your body. I had to learn to walk on numb feet. Because the only thing was wrong with me was my muscles locked up. By the third month, I could drive my own car. Pull myself around stores, malls, streets. Started in November of 2002. By April of 2003, I went from a 24 to a 16. Everybody's encouraging me at church. Karen, we always see you out pulling yourself around stores, malls, driving your car. You're going to beat this. They talk about remission. It can't happen fast enough. We're going to beat it on your own. Look how thin you've got. Okay? Even the Vegas said that to me in April. May 3rd, 2003, we're all at home. There was a church baseball game. Phil, her dad, took her son, Tyler, to the church baseball game. There's a bunch of people running late. He's a lead car showing off. Blew through a stop sign into a semi. His arrogant son killed their kid. Brian Laney had to show up and tell us. Okay? Now, come July, where I'm almost well in April. I finally get well. All right, got enough balance to learn to walk again. And it took me 4 months to get off the fentanyl patches. Nothing to do with nothing. Nothing. Just went to their church. Had been a 4-year span of all those surgeries, swelling up like a balloon, and then over 9 months getting well. Nothing to do with them. Just go to their church. Come November of 2003, my sister Linda was married to Tim, or is married to Tim Strange's son. She was out one day seeing him with Katie, so she started following around to find out what's going on. Well, she came up to me on Wednesday. I was following him again, and I got caught. I think they thought it was you. I'm sorry. Be careful. Runs off. By Sunday, Strange made up that lie. In November of 2003. 6 months after tragedy, I had nothing to do with. They had nothing to do with a 4-year span. And I'm going to be like the guy that lost his son in that drowning incident. It's disgusting. They're using their dead kid's name to kill people that had nothing to do with it. Strange didn't even lie that I had anything to do with the accident. Oh, you were faking through all that. It takes a moron to fall for that. It's documented medical malpractice, documented medication errors, and proven in 2003. They encouraged Dave and I to turn them into the state, to pull their license, and to sue them for 2 years. December 30th, 23, I am in Altman emergency room. Okay. Outside my client's room, the nurses are talking. My God, nobody's ever talked to these people. They had some guy impersonate a doctor from Altman Hospital selling her information. The hospital gets sued. The state will shut them down or find them so heavy it's not even funny. HIPAA violations. They can't talk to anybody without your written consent. Get it? And no one is to ever back those doctors from before. My God. They were all lying, just ripping off her insurance, making her sick, and with medication errors. Nobody's to ever back that. And my God, they were lying so bad. They said she had brain tumors and there was nothing wrong with her, but her muscles locked up, and it was them doing it with the medication. No one's to ever back that. Cops walked by, all those doctors were lying before. He said, yes. It's a medication making her sick. None of this is funny. See, that's where Officer Mark, August 22nd of 23, was telling a lady, none of this is funny. Said, did her ex-husband defend her? He said, yes, we taped him. He said, did anybody talk to her? I said, no. Then they had to have framed her. He said, it's been documented and verified she was framed before. He said, was it the drug cartel? I said, yes, we've seen him. So, who did Dave hire? The drug cartel. To run a big drug scam here. Why do you think he's in the Philippines? Said he's never coming back to the United States. He don't think the feds will go get him. And then Officer Mark tells that lady it's also been documented and verified it was a medication error that made her sick before. And it's documented and verified another woman was even using her insurance. I got stuck with her copays. It was probably one of Dave's girlfriends that I didn't know about. Back then you didn't have to show ID. She stayed in the hospital, had procedures done, all kinds of stuff. When Harry Carey got stuck with a copay. Filed insurance fraud. But because she didn't have to show ID back then, couldn't prove it. Now, I had to work my ass off. I pulled myself up and down streets, so I wore out the back heels of his shoes. They collapsed. And them to want sympathy over making up an excuse to kill people, to manipulate them. It's just like where whoever came in that one hotel last Monday, about 3 o'clock, I went up to get a cup of coffee. Guy came in. He said, I heard they did all this for Savannah, of all things. He said, if she was going to be insulting their women, I had already said I didn't care what happened to them. I heard she didn't even see any of them. Well, of course not. I don't go to their church for 15 years. Told you in 2011 I went in there twice with Dave. And people said, well, I heard you got into it with Katie. It's like, I haven't seen Katie, except for at the mall, maybe twice. Dave and I said hi to her together. They start laughing at that. What's going on? I said, what's going on? Never mind. I hate that game. See, they make up stuff, act all dramatic, and because you don't see and talk to them, you don't know they're lying on you. It's a Pinocchio girl. But that way they can be all dramatic. It's just like in 2011, I went to Francis. What's going on? Mary hates you. I'm like, how could she hate me? When did I see her? I haven't seen her in 8 years. She's like, is that what's going on? And she started laughing. Smiled like the Grinch that stole Christmas. And I went, what's going on? You don't know? Know what? Never mind. She's lying on me behind my back to manipulate people. Because if you don't see anybody, you don't talk to them. Make up a bunch of shit on somebody for attention. And the person won't know. See, the whole thing of it is I haven't went to that church in 15 years. Besides those 2 times that I went in with Dave. So it was like 2 or 3 times. And they all looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, what? And that's when people would say that when I told them I hadn't talked to her besides hi with David a couple times in the mall. What are you talking about? And they started laughing. They realized she was making up stuff where Dave said she's pathetic. And she makes up stuff for people's attention. Yeah. Where would I get their phone number? I haven't been a member of their church in 15 years. Where would I see them? I don't go to church. I went and talked to those people that are demon possessed. See, they were just making up stuff on me to laugh at me behind my back. Just like where Jim said that one brother English, who had to work with him, so it said that you're on drugs, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. I looked at him, I said, I haven't seen him in 8 years. Ignore him, he's lying. He's making up stuff on somebody I hadn't even seen. See what I mean? They just want somebody to badmouth, make them feel good about themselves. But do you realize how sick the Vegas are? Did I have anything to do with their kid's death? Hell no. Did they have anything to do with all those surgeries? No. Me swelling up like a great big balloon? Huh? Almost dying? And then 9 months to slowly get well? I had nothing to do with their father's arrogant stuff. They want attention? Because a minister made up a lie 6 months later? Like they said, they made up a reason to kill me, and they're using their family's tragedy to manipulate people. They're sick. It's what that sociopaths do, or psychopaths. They manipulate people. And they kill people, and they don't feel sorry for them. They don't have it because their brains don't function. They're the born serial killers. Now, where do you people find any of that funny? Where that agent told Apostolic Church of Barberton, after I called the hotline, they drove me up so bad I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. Told you I got enough air in my face on the 3rd day to call Sarah, one of my witnesses, where they said that they were trying to kill me with 4 attempts on my life. It was them. They were bragging. They should have been arrested. Okay? Of course, I'll witness for you, Karen. It's getting darker and scary the way she talks about it. So I go out and I get a card. And I put that agent's number in it. We go up to Apostolic Church. We drop it off at the mall. I didn't even call them back from the hotline. We'll have an agent call you back. They drugged me up so bad I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't even talk to them. Okay? Drop off that card with that agent's number in it. Go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Paymer got Dave's face. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. Huh? I walk off and he's screaming, how dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life. Women walk up, he knows she's being drugged, being raped, and he said he didn't care. A federal police officer didn't care a woman was being raped under drugs. That makes him a criminal and accessory to those crimes. I go in and I sit down, and I tell you, my heart was sinking in my stomach. I thought the well water was killing me. I hadn't seen her talk to anybody. Okay? I'm just waking up with bruises, getting sick on Diet Coke, waking up with MRSA that look like injection marks, have giant bruises, throwing up, heart racing, severely infected, and the well water so dirty up there, I thought it was killing me. Okay? And my heart's sinking in my stomach. Is that what's going on? I go in and I sit down. I come in. He knows she's being drugged, being raped, and he said he didn't care. If she was going to be faking, she was sick, and faking she got well with that family was weaving. He didn't care what they did to her. Can you imagine an agent saying that? And he said if she was going to assault their women, he didn't care what happened to them. He didn't see their women. They were just all drama queens lying. Where would I see them? Where would I get their phone number? I went there in 15 years. Besides those 2 or 3 visits in 11. They were just lying to cause drama to get people to feel sorry for them. Like Dave said, they're pathetic. Like you call Katie pathetic. She started telling people Dave was going out with her. People came up. I thought you left her and you're going out with Katie. They're not supposed to believe in adultery. This is where it's rich. They're not supposed to believe in adultery. The godless people. Why don't they cut their hair off, put a bikini on, a cigarette in your mouth, and a beer in your hand? You're going to be a human trafficker and have people drugged, beaten, raped, and you're going to sell kiddie porn and be child molesters? Look the part. Look the fucking part. Huh? Look the fucking part. Huh? Where would I... Like I said, people came up to me. We walked into Macy's, and she's clear down the mall at Ashcroft and Oak. We're at the entrance of Macy's where they're going, and there was the persons. I'm like, Dave, are you cheating on me with that girl? He said, Karen, she's pathetic. She's making it. She just wants people's attention. Telling people that a married man will leave his wife to go out with her. And I said, why would she make it up? And he's like, Karen, she just wants people's attention. She's a pathetic. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather kiss a cow's butt than that heifer. We're in Macy's by the purses. We're at the end of the store. She's clear down the mall. She would never know. The only thing I did was laugh. And I giggled at his mean joke that she should have never known about. And he had to tell her if she found out that he said it. See what I mean? They're making up shit for people's attention. Just like the Vegas are making up that they were offended because Strange made up that shitty lie on me that they all knew better. Like they said, they made up a reason to kill her. You know, January 9th of 24, 2 lady investigators. What was that agent thinking? None of her doctors could ever talk to him for HIPAA violations. I looked it up, and wasn't even a doctor. Just some guy saying he was. January 19, they said they had fake paperwork to make it look official. It's not true about her. Some guy didn't like her, wrote it up. Get rid of it. I'm going to upload this. When people stop thinking it's funny that human traffickers and those drug cartels grabbed a hold of this great big con of photoshopping and washing, and drug confessions, and date rape drugging people in their home, and the 2 drug lords fought over this area. For this whole thing is a bet between 2 gentlemen One bet he could push her to suicide. The other one said he bet that he could make her give up everything in life and have other people participate. They're drug lords fighting over this area, using her as a pawn. It's a scam. The one is banking. That's old world for betting. Okay? That no one will do the right thing. That's the key to the case. That stops everything. Where they're saying they're stealing my money, the FBI gives me my money. He loses control over this area. He's a Russian selling it. I found out. That no one will do the right thing. He banked everything on it. No, and I got a big lecture from one of them. No matter what, he watches for hours for you to do the wrong thing. And then he's got you. Where the road twists and turns. No matter what, do the right thing. Because he waits and watches, and that's when he's got you. And the only way to beat him is to always do the right thing. He expects everybody not to. And he banked everything on it. His bet is that FBI wouldn't give me my money and do the right thing. Huh? He loses control. They're fighting over this area, using her as a pawn. It's a Russian selling people, where all those people died. The other one, for we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. Dave hired us. He sent us here to help. It's us doing it. He's a drug lord. U.S., if you look up the king from Texas, U.S. military, Iraqi translator, went into the dark web malware, fentanyl king, hacking of the case selling. That's where the Iraqi men showed up, the Middle Eastern, the women in hijab, saying they work for the king, and the other ones are Russian. I told you how to find it. It's a big drug scam, like they yelled out in that church, thinking that they can hire child molesters and serial killers to stalk people, Photoshop scenes like washing, and drug them up with amnesia drugs, date rape drugs, so they're sleepwalking and tell them to say stuff, then try to extort money if they don't die. They should have been arrested the first day. I'm going to upload the